What's up everyone? So today in this video we're going to talk about the JRL 2020T, the trimmers. And I did a video on these a little while back on how to get them to hit. You can watch that somewhere else, but I have a different trick, another solution to get these things hitting really hard. So if you love the body shape, if you love the ergonomics, but you want them to hit, or maybe you spent money on them and they're just not hitting the way you want to and you need a solution, I'm gonna give you that solution today. All right, let's go. All right, so once again, I told you that I tried to fix these and I was trying to give you a solution on how to get them to hit. And I got mine to hit, but they still, man, they just weren't hitting the way I wanted them to. They were giving me some issues. So I was like, there's gotta be a better way. And then one day I came across my boy Filthy Blend's modification for the JRL 2020T trimmers. And that is, he sells a modification bracket, like a connector where you can actually put on some Babyliss FX trimmer blades on the JRL 2020s. And I want you to know, listen to the way these sound. Quiet like normal, but man, they hit so beautifully with this trimmer blade on here, this Babyliss FX blade. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. All right, so as you can see, I have my JRL 2020T trimmers here, and I've also taken off the blade, which you can take off with these little screws right here. But whenever you order the Filthy Blends modification for this, you want to make sure you keep those screws that come out of here because those do not come with it. However, you will get this little modification bracket, and then you'll get 2 screws that come with it. So as you can see, I already have a chameleon blade here. This is just the FX blade for Babyliss. This is just the chameleon blade. But anyways, I took everything apart where on this blade where I just have my stationary blade and I have my cutting blade. So I'm gonna put those two together really quick. All right, got that together. Now I've got my spring here also. So I got rid of everything except the spring, the stationary blade, and the cutting blade, right? So now I want to take my bracket, and Filthy Blends, he has a different way to put it on where he puts all of this together before putting it on. But I'm just going to show you a different way how I do it. So I want to go ahead and just make sure that fits right down in there where this little piece right here is pointing up. So we're going to go ahead and put our screws in that. Make sure we get this nice and situated. Get it nice and tight. All right, got that screw in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this screw in there. All right, so that's nice and tight. That's nice and tight. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my spring. All right, so these 2 little indentions, that's where those springs go. And you just wanna make sure that this upper part of the spring right there sits down in that little indention. And as you can see, I have these springs facing up, right? So that's how you want that to go. And then we're gonna take our blade, we got it all put together. So we're gonna make sure that those springs sit down where they're supposed to go. And then we're just gonna go ahead and push this into place. All right, once we have the springs in place, I'm gonna go ahead and push that blade down, and then I'm gonna make sure I can put my screws in here. Be very gentle with these. You don't want to strip it out. I'm not gonna tighten it down all the way. I just wanna get it in place where it'll hold that trimmer blade. because I want to come back and just make sure the springs are still seated properly and that everything is still together the way it needs to be. Tighten it down a little bit more, not all the way. All right, let's make sure my blade is seated properly. All right, we got the springs down in there where they need to be. It's a little dark on the camera, so I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, so as you can see, I still got some wiggle room. I just want to make sure before I tighten that down all the way that everything's where it needs to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of push down on the blade so I can tighten it down a little bit better. All right, we got that side tightened down. And you can see the little gap down in there whenever I close it. So I just want to make sure it's all screwed all the way tight and it's closed nicely. And I want you to know these things have been hitting. Oh man, they're some of my favorite ones right now. So of course you need some oil on it. I don't have any present, but there you go, man. So I got the chameleon blade on the JRL. It needs a little oil, but it sounds great. It's not loud. It's nice and quiet. Once I put oil on, it'll be even quieter. But man, I love this JRL body. I love the battery life. And now we have a phenomenal blade on there, and this thing is ready to go. So yes, sir, this thing is put together, a JRL 2020T trimmer with a Babyliss FX blade. Man, I tell you what, I'm so grateful for these people that are creating modifications so that we can actually put our favorite blades on some of our favorite trimmers or trimmer bodies. You know, it's awesome. So if you are looking for this particular modification, you can go to Instagram, Filthy Blends, or I believe you can just go to filthyblends.com, and that is PHILTHY. So Filthy Blends, and it probably has a Z on the end like S.Craft Blends. I mean, if he's cool, that's what he's gonna do. If not, he'll have an S. But anyways, yeah, so this is it. I'll actually put a link in my bio to his website, and you can go ahead and order this and a lot more mods there for your clippers, trimmers, all kind of cool stuff. So anyways, until next time, guys, God bless y'all. Peace. I'm out of here.